If anybody's got a cooler like this, well, talk about it. I got it hooked up to the DC in with this adapter. You know exactly what it is. Not needed anymore, but lo and behold, 12 volts at 4 amps, 48 watts. Well, guess what? This thing takes about 48 watts, give or take. So it works. And, you know, you can hook it up to a cigarette lighter. But what if you just want to have it plugged into the grid? Plugged into, you know, a wall outlet? Because you're not going to be driving for hours and hours. And I mean, this thing probably takes at least an hour to get cold. And it gets really cold. I have it at 44. It can get down to the 30s, you know, 38. I got it in eco mode, but this is plenty cold. I just wanted to show, you know, this thing can operate off of something like this. You don't have to buy a $30 adapter. You can kind of make it work with the plug that it comes with, or I guess a cord for the input jack that it has. And so I've got it so I could use a cigarette lighter, or I could use this with an adapter from Amazon, you know. So yeah, you're in a couple bucks, whatever, but this works. And the cool thing about this unit, not to talk about the adapter, but the unit itself, is that it actually has a compressor inside. It has a 12-volt compressor, so it's running a traditional refrigeration system in this thing. So it's basically, for all intents and purposes, a mini fridge, but it's a cooler, you know. And it's pretty neat, because a lot of the, you know, the smaller, not that this thing is small, it's huge, but you know, a lot of the DC powered kind of stuff, they use, what is that, electrothermal? I don't even know what it's called, but it's not, it doesn't have a compressor. It's not running free on a refrigerant or anything like that. It's just trying to take the heat out of it, and it's pretty weak, and it's pretty disappointing, and it's usually only for really small stuff. But this one, I just thought it was cool. It's got a 12-volt AC compressor. Not AC as an alternating current, but air conditioning compressor. Not much smaller than one you'd see in a mini fridge, but it's run off of 12 volts. And I just think it's cool. I'm like kind of wondering why that's not more widespread, because this gets as cold as a refrigerator, if not colder. It's got plenty of space in it. So what's the problem? Why are we constantly, you know, with mini fridges, you look and it's a compressor powered by 120 volts AC, not 12 volts DC. And usually they're not 48 watts. Usually they're closer to 100. You know, they start cooling down, they get lower, I'm sure. Maybe it gets closer to that, but it's not nearly as efficient as this. Yet, cold-wise, this is all you need. So, pretty awesome. Just wanted to share that in case you didn't know what was on the inside of this. I opened it up, and yes, there is a 12-volt DC powered compressor running refrigerant through this thing, and I think that's pretty freaking cool.